She looked perfect. Designer heels, blonde hair, engagement ring worth more than most houses.
You can't
But
just
the
take
billionaire's
over like this.
fiancé had a
Henry
secret.
is. I have every
While he
right to be
closed
here.
million-dollar deals, she was torturing his 7-year-old daughter, locking her in basements, breaking her spirit, erasing her dead mother's memory. Only one person saw the truth. Sorry, I didn't mean to spill it. Natalie's face was cold, emotionless. You need to learn. Actions have consequences. She shoved Lily into the dark basement, slammed the door, locked it, walked away. James watched 4 hours of footage and fast forward. Lily pounding on the door, screaming, then sitting in the dark, crying, then silent. Just sitting, staring at nothing. His daughter, his little girl, locked in a basement by the woman he was going to marry. The car pulled up to the mansion. James didn't wait for it to stop completely. He jumped out, ran to the front door, threw it open. "Claire!" From the basement, he heard shouting, women's voices, angry, overlapping. He ran toward the basement door. It was open now. Light flooded down the stairs. At the bottom, he saw them. Claire was holding Lily. The little girl's face was streaked with tears, dirt. Her eyes were red and swollen. She was shaking. And Natalie stood 3 feet away, perfectly dressed, perfect makeup, perfect hair, screaming. "You had no right to go down there. I'm handling this. She needs to learn discipline." "Discipline?" Claire's voice was pure rage. You locked a 7-year-old in a dark basement for 4 hours. She spilled juice on my white couch, a $15,000 couch. She needs to understand she's 7 years old, which is old enough to learn respect, old enough to learn that her actions have enough. James's voice cut through the basement like a knife. Both women froze. Natalie's face transformed. The cold rage melted into concern, into sweetness. James, darling, thank God you're home. Claire has completely overstepped. She broke into the basement against my direct orders and I watched the footage. Natalie's smile faltered. What footage? Security cameras. I saw you drag Lily down here. I saw you lock her in the dark. I watched 4 hours of my daughter screaming for help. Silence. Natalie's perfect mask cracked. James, you don't understand. She needed to learn. Get out of my house. What? Get out of my house. James, please, if you'll just listen. You have 5 minutes to take your things and leave. If you're still here in 6 minutes, I'm calling the police. Natalie's face twisted. The mask shattered completely, ugly rage underneath. You're choosing her? She pointed at Claire. And that pathetic brat over me? Claire just saved my daughter from you. So yes, I'm choosing them. You'll regret this. I'll destroy you. I'll tell everyone. 4 minutes. Natalie looked at James, at Claire, at Lily, then turned and ran up the stairs. Her heels clicked rapidly across the marble floor. A door slammed. James walked slowly down the basement steps. Each step felt like a mile. Claire was still holding Lily. The little girl looked up at him with those green eyes, her mother's eyes. Daddy? James dropped to his knees in front of them. Baby, I'm so sorry. You came home. Lily's voice was small, broken. I called and called in my head for you to come home. And you came. I should have come sooner. I should have known. I should have listened. He looked at Claire. Really looked at her. She was crying. Her clothes were dirty from the basement. Her hands were shaking. But she held Lily like nothing else in the world mattered. How long? believing he'd abandoned her. "Lily, listen to me very carefully." He took her small hands. "I love you more than anything in this entire world. More than my company, more than money, more than anything. You are my daughter, my princess. And nobody will ever be more important to me than you." "Really? Really and truly. And I'm so sorry I didn't see what was happening. I'm so sorry I let her hurt you." Lily threw her arms around his neck, started sobbing. "I was so scared, Daddy. I was so scared all the time." "I know, baby, I know, but you're safe now." James held his daughter and cried. For the first time since his wife died, he let himself break down completely. When Lily finally fell asleep, exhausted, James carried her upstairs, tucked her into bed, came back down to find Claire packing her things. "What are you doing?" "I assumed I was fired, sir. I overstepped. I broke your fiancé's rules. Claire." James's voice stopped her. "You saved my daughter. You risked everything to protect her when I was too blind to see the truth. You're not fired. He couldn't finish. The words stuck in his throat. "Your family," he finally managed. "If you'll stay, please stay. Lily needs you. I need you to help me fix this." "I'll stay." Claire's voice was firm. "For as long as Lily needs me." That should have been the end. But Natalie Winters wasn't finished. Over the next 2 weeks, she tried everything. Called James constantly, begging, threatening, crying. Showed up at his office, at restaurants, at Lily's school. James filed a restraining order, 500 feet minimum distance. It was approved immediately. But Natalie didn't care about court orders. She cared about revenge. Sunday morning, 3 weeks later. James, Claire, and Lily were packing for a trip to Boston, starting fresh, healing. Lily was laughing, running around, acting like a 7-year-old for the first time in months. Tires squealed. A silver Mercedes, coming too fast, screeched to a stop, blocking the driveway. Natalie jumped out, hair unwashed, makeup smeared, wild eyes. "James, we need to talk." James pushed Lily behind him. "There's a restraining order. Leave now." "I'm not leaving until you understand. I loved you. I gave you everything. You tortured my daughter. I was teaching her discipline. You locked her in a basement for 4 hours. She spilled juice on a $15,000 couch. She's 7 years old." Something snapped in Natalie's eyes. She reached into her purse, pulled out a wine bottle, heavy, dark green glass. "If I can't have you," her voice went dead and flat, "nobody gets to be happy." She raised her arm. James froze. Claire lunged for Lily. The bottle left Natalie's hand, spinning through the air, catching sunlight. Crack! It struck Lily's temple. Glass exploded. The little girl dropped like a puppet with cut strings. Blood spread across concrete. "Lily!" James fell to his knees. His daughter wasn't moving, eyes closed, skin going white. "Call 911!" Claire pressed her hands against the wound. Blood soaked through her fingers. Too much blood. Lily's chest barely moved. Shallow breaths. Barely there. Across the driveway, Natalie stood frozen, staring. "I didn't mean to hit her. I was aiming over her head. I just wanted to scare..." Sirens. Getting closer. The ambulance arrived. Paramedics took over. "GCS is 4. Possible skull fracture. Significant blood loss. We need to move." They loaded Lily onto a stretcher. James climbed in. "Sir, we need space to work. I'm her father. I'm coming." They didn't argue. At the hospital, a surgeon met them. Dr. Martinez. Gray hair, steady hands, tired eyes. "We need to operate immediately. Skull fracture, brain swelling. It's serious." "Will she live?" "I can't make promises with head trauma. We'll do everything we can." They took Lily away. James collapsed in the waiting room. Claire sat beside him. Neither spoke. 3 hours later, Dr. Martinez emerged. "She's alive. The surgery went well, but she's in a medically induced coma. The next 48 hours will tell us everything." "Can I see her?" "Follow me." In the ICU, Lily looked impossibly small. Tubes everywhere, machines beeping, bandages wrapped around her head. James took her hand. "I'm here, Princess. Daddy's here. Please come back to me." 5 days of waiting. 5 days of hoping. 5 days of praying. On day 5, Claire was reading to Lily. She felt it. A tiny squeeze. "Lily?" Squeeze again. Stronger. "James! Get the doctor!" Staff rushed in, checking vitals, testing responses. Lily's eyes fluttered, opened, unfocused, searching. "Daddy?" James burst into tears. "Yes, baby, I'm right here. I knew you'd come. When I was scared in the dark, I knew you'd come. Always. I'll always come." Tests showed no permanent damage. A miracle. Complete recovery expected. 2 weeks later, Lily came home. Natalie's trial was swift. Video evidence, medical records, testimony from Claire, from James, from Rebecca Torres at CPS. The jury took 3 hours. Guilty of attempted murder, guilty of assault with a deadly weapon, guilty of child abuse. 15 years. No parole for 10. As they led her away, Natalie screamed, "This is your fault, James! You made me do this!" James didn't respond, just held Lily's hand tighter. 6 months later, James did something unexpected. Sold his company. $2 billion. Gone. "Why?" Claire asked. "Because when Lily was dying, I realized something. None of it mattered. The money, the success, the empire, all that mattered was her." He started a foundation. The Emma Harrison Foundation for Child Welfare. Helped abused children, funded therapy, trained teachers to spot warning signs, changed laws. Claire became director. In year 1, they helped 400 kids, saved lives, changed futures. Lily grew up surrounded by love. She had scars, nightmares, bad days. But she also had 2 people who would die for her, who believed her, who fought for her. On her 10th birthday, Lily gave a speech at school. "The bravest person I know is Claire. When I was alone and scared, when nobody believed me, she risked everything to save me. That's real courage." Claire sat in the audience, crying. That night, after the party, Lily found Claire and James on the porch. "Thank you," she said simply. "For what, sweetheart?" "For coming home when it mattered. For believing Claire. For choosing me." James pulled her into a hug. "I'll always choose you, baby. Always. I know. That's why I'm not scared anymore." Somewhere in a prison cell, Natalie Winters stared at concrete walls, regretting everything. Somewhere in heaven, Emma Harrison smiled. Because her daughter was safe. Her daughter was loved. Her daughter was happy. And that's all that mattered. If this story touched you, hit that like button hard. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more powerful, true stories. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. Have you ever had to make a choice between what looked good and what was right? Your story matters. Every share could save a child suffering in silence. Every view spreads awareness. Thank you for watching. Remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is answer a call. Rush home when someone you love needs you. Choose what's right over what's easy. That child is counting on you. See you in the next video.